Hey everyone, this is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures, and it is Saturday night, and as the title says, I am proud to be home. And why did I pick that title? Um, Basically because I'm home and it's Saturday night. So, let me get you guys situated up on your little platform. Hold on just a minute. You're going to go shaky shaky. So bear with me. Got to make sure you can see okay. Here we go. Up, 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 and away. Right? Alright, let's see. There's my pens. Having some fun there. Hey everyone. I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to set up this camera angle. Let's see. If you hear that squeaking, it's my chair. It needs some WD-40. Yep, so let's see. Are we getting there? It looks like it. It's a little different than the other night because this project is, whoops, ooh, you guys are going to go crazy there. Earthquake! Hey, Michelle. Just trying to figure out this camera, and it's on a delay with my computer, so I have to wait until I see on my computer what you guys are seeing, because you're up on a shelf since I'm using my board. How's everybody tonight? It is freezing cold here in Michigan. I will tell you, by Wednesday it's supposed to be negative -30, something like that. Wind chill. I'm assuming since schools were closed this past Monday for a negative, oh, Ozzy Diamond, how hot is it? Oh, that sounded like a bad joke. But I guess with the wind chill, it's supposed to be -30 by Wednesday. And hold on, scared chair squeak. It's an old chair. And this past Monday, they closed schools for the cold back when I think it was like -20 out. So we'll see if what they say is true. Yeah. So what are you guys doing? Thank you. What are you guys doing on a Saturday night? Are you guys diamond painting? Michelle, do you have anything going on right now? Are you working on a diamond painting or are you just chilling? I decided after I finished it's Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday afternoon. Yeah. So you, Ozzy, get to see the 27th before we do. Is that what date it is? Sunday? So you get to live it first, make sure it's done correctly, and then we live it, right? Is that how time zones work? I will be going to Uganda in February, leaving the kiddo and the hubby and the Zoe Zoom Zoom dog here, and going there for a trip to help do some training and some medical aid, and that'll be exciting. I'm there for, I leave on the 15th and I get back on the 24th. I gave myself Monday the 25th off And then, so you can't tell us the lotto numbers? Man, why not? Seriously. I'd share the wealth, definitely. Yeah, so I will be there for about a week. I gave myself, when I get back Monday, off to try to recoup, because that jet lag, I'm telling you, is a killer. I used to be able to bounce back from it because my previous job, I went to Thailand every other year. So I've been to Thailand about 5 times, and the first 2 trips, you know, they gave us 2 days off when we came back, and the first day I slept all day, but then the second day I was up and going. But then after that, I think I had just reached an age where my body doesn't like crossing time zones. You know what I mean? So, for those of you who have been following, I posted a video while we were all with Mrs. Coffee's live last night, aka this morning, Michigan time. I finished my wonderful This Little Light of Mine, and it turned out gorgeous. So I did a post review on that, and that's already posted. I probably should have waited and spaced them out, but I'm one of those people, if I have a video in queue to launch, it drives me crazy not to get it up and out there for the world to see. So I did 2 videos in a row today, posting them. I did do a 3rd video of an unboxing, but I am going to be good and save that for later this week when I don't have time to record videos. So that's where we're at with that. So Ozzy, tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods. I have always wanted to visit Australia / New Zealand area. It's on my bucket list. One of the places on my bucket list was Italy, and my husband and I did that for our 10-year anniversary. And then New Zealand and Australia is another one of my bucket list places. So I would love to hear how you like living there. Trying to see if I can get the chat bigger. Okay, Nan, forgive me for being a little bit ignorant. What, you're watching live PD? What is, are you meaning like you're watching me do a live diamond painting? Are you watching a live police department? Are you watching live? Not quite sure what PD means. Are you guys? Thank goodness, my daughter's in a new area land at the moment, meeting boy's mom for the first time. Oh, it's on A&E. Is that police department then? A&E has some good stuff. I haven't been over there in a while to see. We don't have cable. We have basically really high-speed internet for my husband's work because he works from home. He works for Apple, the computer company, and he needs a certain speed in order to be able to do what he does. And so we got rid of cable and instead have like Netflix and Hulu, and then we have an Apple TV, which is which is like has different apps to it that you can watch A&E, and you can watch like Fox or NBC or some of the different stations for free. The problem we have found is some of our favorite shows are on a station that you have to watch them pretty much within a week or two of them going up, because otherwise you have to pay for a subscription, because they only show like the first two to five depending on the station. Yeah, Nan, there's a funny story about that. When my husband and I met in college, his dad had an Apple desktop, the kind that had the color to the back, and my husband had a Dell laptop when I first met him, and was like, oh, I'm not a big Apple fan. And at that time, I wanted to go into graphic design, so I was drooling over his dad's computer. And so then, and also my husband built his own desktop as well, PC. And so he was not too excited about Apple. But then after we got married and a couple years later when his Dell died, I was in grad school and really wanted an Apple, and so as a gift for going to grad school, as motivation I should say, we got an Apple laptop once his Dell died, and we never went back. We've had multiple Apple computers. Oh, Wendy, you didn't miss much, trust me. You missed a couple earthquake sessions of me trying to get the camera just right, and everything that goes along with the first couple minutes of a live. Welcome. Hello. And so after we got the what was I saying? After we got the laptop, as a graduation gift a couple years later, with the help of his parents, we got a desktop model of an Apple. And then my husband, fast forward, got laid off from work. I think he was there 8 years. And he didn't have an income. I was working for a nonprofit. I was making about 20 grand a year, and that was not enough for our family of 3 and a dog and the mortgage and everything like that. And so, and all my student loans. So yeah, so he was looking for positions, and I don't know, he was like a chat, of a blog, of a this, of a that, somehow found himself in this advertisement that in our specific city, they had 1 or 2 openings for someone who, what in the world, why are you green? I have no idea why you turned green, guys. Sorry about that. That they were looking for an in-home, they call it a tech advisor. So when you call, if you have trouble with your iPhone or anything iOS operating system, you call, you don't get another country, you get here in the States someone from home. And so he applied for this job and got it. Excuse me, I have a sneeze. Just keeping it real here. So he got a job with Apple. It was part-time, and they rotated his shift every 3 months. So we were, trying to make ends meet, And luckily, he had gotten the job right before Christmas. So then there was mandatory full-time for 6 weeks. And after that, they gave him a full-time position. And Apple has this thing that you have to be with the company for a year before they'll do any type of promotions. But he's so darn good at what he does. Within the first year, he had 3 promotions. And so he now he has been there in June, it'll be 6 years. And he is a senior tech advisor. And the way I describe it to people is when you have to do a silly update on your phone and it's like iOS 10.2.1. He's that point number. So what happens is people think they have a bug on in their phone, or there's a glitch, and they call in and it goes to the first tier, and then it goes to the second tier, and then it finally goes to a senior tech advisor, and then he has to research with the I keep wanting to call it client, with the consumer, and then he writes something up and puts it in like I just call it a basket, a bucket, or whatever for engineering to look at. So he's the guy that divides up, is it user error or is this something that potentially needs an update? So then engineer looks at my husband's team, their data, and says, okay, 4,000 people are experiencing this. We need to do some new programming and put out an update. Was meant to be. Well, thank you, Nan. So that's what happened, and he loves his job, and he's so darn good at it. And okay, this is a round disguised as a square. So we're just gonna put you over here, which is really funny because when this normally happens, okay, I'm gonna try to show you guys. Let me see if I can, no, where am I? I have no idea where I am in comparison to the camera. There we go. So this round is, yeah, that's me going around on delay. So this round is the same color as the square, and that normally doesn't happen. I usually get rounds, but they'll be different colors. Or I'll get a square, but it'll be different color. Anyway, I hope, yep, I'm doing C's. So yeah, that was my husband's story, how he got his job. So yeah, Wendy, this is the one that I was almost done with, as you can tell right here, before the diamond paint along. So because I couldn't use it, because I had already previously started, it had to go on a shelf and wait for the diamond paint along to be done. Then once the diamond paint along was done, I was working on a Christmas gift, and then I wanted to do a diamond art club. Hey Brian, good to see you again. Welcome back. Oh, good to see you, Renee. Nan, you're working on a big picture of 2 peacocks with flowers. Oh, that sounds very pretty. I love peacocks. I just did a video of a woman in a peacock dress that I unboxed. And I'm really excited to dive into that. Those colors are beautiful. And then I also had unboxed a peacock image about a month ago. So I'm one of those people, I have to have something complete. Wendy says, now it can remind you that spring will eventually return. I know. I mean, Mrs. Coffee is not here, but she is sending me all of this weather. So I need to talk with her. Hey Carol, good to see you. Your first real diamond painting? What is it of, Carol? Can I ask? Oh, hi Cheryl, I'm glad you're here. Cheerio. So yeah, I'm one of those people that I had to get it done because I was just like, oh, it's there, it's not done, and it had been killing me because October 1st, 2018 was when the Diamond Paint Along that I was a part of started. And so I quit on September 30th on this photo and jumped onto a brand new one so it could be counted. And this has just sat here. So October, November, December, and almost all of January. So for 4 months it has just sat here. Michelle says, keep the weather up north. We don't need it here in the south. Yeah, haven't you guys had like a cold spell the last month or so for a little bit? I feel like we were warmer than the south for a little while. And a lot of the snow didn't come till this week here in Midwest. Or I shouldn't say the Midwest, in West Michigan. Everything was going north or south of us. My parents, who live in southern Ohio, had one day of like 8 inches of snow, and then 3 or 4 days later had another 8 to 10 inches of snow. And they usually get 1 3 to 4 inch snowstorm a year, but mostly it's just 1 to 2 inches from time to time. And they were talking to my daughter, and she was so jealous because she loves to snowboard. Brian says, tomorrow my mom's surprise birthday party, so oh, Brian, that's so nice. You're so nice to your mom. Good job. Michelle says it's 42 tonight and freezing. Wendy, it's 60. I am so jealous. Before you got here, I was talking about how it's supposed to be, by Wednesday, negative 30 wind chill. And most of the schools closed that weren't already closed for the holiday this past Monday with a negative 20 wind chill because it was too cold for the kiddos to stand outside for the bus. And they were like, do not redo snow removal or anything like that because you can get frostbite in under 15 minutes in this weather. Yeah. Hey Christy, good to see you. I didn't see you sneak in. Cheryl is going to share her weather with us. It's around 100 degrees every day. Cheryl, where do you live? I know Aussie lives in Australia. We've got someone in here from, Michelle, is that you, Alabama? Wendy's Florida. Nan's Minnesota. We've got Northwest Georgia. Yeah, Christy. I'm so sorry. Renee, you're Central Ohio. My parents are from the Dayton, Ohio area. I used to have people, when I first moved to Michigan, which was to go to college, I'd have my college friends go, oh, you're from Ohio? And I'm like, yeah, whereabouts? I'd be like, Dayton. And they're like, oh, that's by Toledo, or that's by Cleveland? I'd be like, no, wrong side of the states. Oh, I was kind of embarrassed for them. I mean, I thought I was geographically in need of help. But I'm one of those people, if I don't know, I don't say anything. You know, I would never go, oh, you're in, well, that's close to the Dakotas, right? And they're like, no, that's in Colorado. Oh. Yeah, Christy, I don't get regular hot flashes, but I can understand. Excuse me, I had a water break there. Oh, near Youngstown. Yep. Have you ever been to the dairy farm there? Youngstown. I forget its exact name. But usually we take my daughter there to Youngstown once a year and get ice cream and see all the animals and do miniature golfing, and she likes the batting cages. This past year, she was down there with her grandparents, and this was the one year we didn't go down to stay when we dropped her off at Camp Grandma and Grandpa. And so my mom sent me this text because they have ice cream there of my daughter, and she had ordered 2 scoops and a waffle cone, and literally it was the size of her head. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, Crafting with Christy. Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Creative Mayhem. Crafting with Christy. You probably looked like a, what do you call it? Like you probably were head to toe in snow gear, like snow pants and hats and gloves, and walked like a robot. At least that's what my daughter does. She yesterday wanted to go out and play in the snow, and so I said, okay, for 20 minutes you can go. And then today she wanted to play out in the snow, so my husband said, okay, for 20 minutes you can go. And she came in before the timer went off. I guess it was so cold. She's like, I'm too cold. Nope, I was in a... What? It wasn't Ice Cube? Oh, I know, Renee. It's so good, the ice cream. I guess she only finished like half of it. My parents weren't paying attention that she ordered 2 scoops. They said she could have a waffle cone, but they didn't give her parameters on how much ice cream she can have. So, but yeah, they've got some good ice cream. They've got like 40 or 50 different flavors. It's crazy. So, Wendy, I just got done watching the video that you posted, and I was laughing really hard at your little Jasmine wanting to go for a ride. So, she was, when he was actually ready to leave, she just stood there. It's like, that's so like a dog. I'm so excited, I want to go in the car. And then when it's time, no, I don't want to leave Mommy. I thought she was coming. Yeah. Crazy. Oh, you have this one in your cart. What size do you have it, Creative Mayhem? This one is a 40 by 50. And I think it's very beautiful, but I've noticed since now I have I'm doing it under lights, and I have, what do you call this? My brain's not working today. Easel, that I can actually see there's a ton of holes in a lot of these drills. So that was a little disappointed. But I picked some out and took them off that were really bothering me. And then said, you know what, it's probably good therapy. I'm not OCD, but I can have little spurts of it. And so I'm like, I just need to leave them on there. It is a homemade handcraft, and it'll be fine. Right. Oh, high shirts. Okay, yeah. 40 by 50 is a good size for this. But that's my sweet spot. Alright, Cheryl's Crafty World. Can you give me a background on your name? I love the Crafty World. Is your first name Cheryl's? I like to know behind people's names. Definitely. I'm going back and forth. I had a question for you guys. So, Wendy, you'll know this story. Back in the day when I first started my channel, I named it DP Addiction Adventures. And I was trying to figure out, and I changed the name, and I didn't realize that YouTube was connected to my Gmail account. And so when I changed the name of the YouTube to DP Addiction Adventures, it changed the name associated with my email address. So I emailed a friend, and she emailed back and said, I thought you were spam because it came through as DP Addiction Adventures, and I had no idea what that was. And I was like, crap. So I changed the YouTube channel to Jennifer Roberts because I needed my email to say my name. And even though I Google and YouTube everything I don't know, I did not Google or YouTube how to do a YouTube name change. So going back and forth, bye Ozzy, thanks for stopping in. So have a barbecue sandwich for me and stay cool. So yeah, I ended up, you can only change your YouTube name 3 times within a 90-day period. And so by the time I figured out how I wanted to do things and that you can go into your Gmail account and change what it looks like when you send the email, I had already locked myself in by accident to my YouTube name being Jennifer Roberts, even though my channel name is DP for Diamond Painting Addiction Adventures. So now I'm well past the 90 days, but I'm sitting here going, if I changed it to DP Addiction Adventures, I don't know. I'm just going back and forth. Because if people watch old videos of, for instance, Wendy has mentioned my name several times, and if I change it to DP Addiction Adventures, and somebody's watching a video and they go to look for me and they can't find me, but I also don't like having my name as my channel name when my channel name is technically supposed to be DP Addiction Adventures. So what's your take, guys? I need your help. Please help me. She knows you don't leave the house anymore. So she knew that you weren't coming with her, and she was like, excuse me, you forgot the mama. Need to bring her. And you were like, I am not leaving this house. This is my safety zone. So you had maybe a mini war of the eyes of who's going to break first. Did she enjoy her car ride? Did she get a little doggy treat for going? Wendy put up a video, and part of it is her husband taking her dog or their dog for a ride in the car, and she was all excited. Yes, Charles, that is a good point, but I'm stuck with what is my brand. Because people, I always say, hey, this is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures at the beginning of pretty much every video. But yet, X number of people have known me as Jennifer Roberts. That's a good idea. I thought about changing it to DP Addiction Adventures with Jennifer Roberts, just to kind of get people acquainted, and then maybe in another 3 to 6 months I could drop the with Jennifer Roberts and just have DP Addiction Adventures. That's kind of where I was thinking of going. So I procrastinated. I'm not sure. It's a predicament that's driving me crazy. Yeah. So does anybody have, tomorrow for me is Sunday. Does anybody have plans for their Sunday? Oh yeah, Karen. You and I are on the same wavelength. As my husband says, great minds think alike. Which is really funny because if somebody has a bad idea and somebody else has the same bad idea and they both converse, it's like, are they really great minds even though they think alike? I don't know. Oh, was there, gone off my meds, was there another gone off my meds? Celebrate good times, come on. Yep, what are you celebrating, Mayhem? Oh, crafting with Christy. I'm going to have to check you out tomorrow night then. I have a soccer game with my daughter in the middle of the day. I'm sure I'm going to come home and want to take a nap because I always take a Sunday nap lately. I must be getting old, or I must be okay with self-care. Yeah, Michelle. Oh, fantastic. That's such good news. Creative Mayhem's daughter got accepted into Owen. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. I'm so sorry, and I'm reading my computer from across the room. Is it ONU? And then Cheryl is attempting to organize her stash. Cheryl, how many diamond paintings do you have in your stash right now? I have not counted mine. It's not an absurd amount. I want to estimate it's probably 20, 25. It may inch up to 30, but I'm not sure. Alright, so, okay, 70. Yeah, let's kind of do a count off. How many, roughly, is in everyone's stash? So, we now know that Cheryl's has 70. And she's thebomb.com. I'm gonna say I have 25. I don't think I have 30. I know I have well over 10 because I have my 10 back from July that I ordered customs. And I have 3 from Diamond Art Club. So I would say probably I have 25. Cheryl, you have 170. Cheryl's has 70 in stash for complete. Christy has about 40. Oh, Wendy, I can't wait to see that clip of her head out the window. So everybody be waiting for bated breath for Wendy's next update. I love these little, it's like vlogging. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy, for sacrificing and vlogging your life. It has just kept us well entertained. Wonderful. Oh, hey, welcome, Mrs. Coffee. Okay, so, I missed some. Just a second. We got to go through this. Okay, so Christy has about 40. Nam has 2 so far. Nam, you just wait. You're going to keep going. Carol's running to count. Karen was going to count but didn't. She's guessing 20 to 25. Yeah, Karen, so you and I are in that boat. Renee has 35. Mrs. Coffee just bought this painting from Amazon. Mayhem has 5, but give her time. Yep, Mayhem, just give you time. Hey, Mrs. Coffee, I'm so glad you made it. I was like, You know what, Miss Coffee? You've inspired me to go live more, more and every day. And my dog has been outside, so we shouldn't have any pooping problems tonight. Cheryl's talks about New Frog getting her in trouble. Got off my meds. Are you asking me if I'll do other crafts? Oh, Mrs. Coffee, we are counting how many diamond paintings we believe we have. So far, the range is between 2 and 170. Cheryl's not looking at any paintings for a while. That's the plan. Yeah, Cheryl, that's what I've done. I've kind of stayed off the record. However, I just put a poll out on a couple of diamond painting groups about what should my next Diamond Art Club be, because I realized after finishing my last one and switching to this painting that I've been spoiled. Nan makes jewelry when she's not diamond painting. Awesome, Nan. And then Mrs. Coffee says she has 12 diamond paintings. Oh, well, I'm going to keep my lips sealed, Mrs. Coffee, on who has 170 unless she says something. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I do scrapbooking. I make my own cards. Oh, I have to show you. I actually make these. Oh, by the way, I love this thing. I featured it on one of my hauls, and I have more of my diamond painting pens in here, and I make duct tape flowers. So super excited about that. So sometimes when I'm bored, that's what I make. I do a lot of scrapbooking, and Wendy, I was cracking up at your video when you were saying that don't get you started and you're starting to look at the paper making medium. I was like, oh no, don't go down that road. You'll never come back. That's such a awesome, awesome road. Carol, thank you for coming back. She has 36, but mostly small ones. Molly has 20 to 30 DPs. Welcome, Molly. Brian has about 16. And I think Cheryl's the one that said she had 170. Or was it Cheryl's? So sorry. And let's see, what else do I do? This is like my craft station. I could probably turn you around and show you everything. But, yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Don't have much else to report. I did buy a bunch of these when they were on clearance. I think it was Abstract Crafter is to blame for this. And these I love because I can make envelopes and then use these to make the cute little cards that go in the envelopes, and then I can send them to friends or leave them on my coworker's desk. And these ended up being like $1.80. Michelle has 4 waiting to do. She thinks she's done 8. Gone Off My Meds has 12. Thanks, Charles. I actually have a paper tower. It's, I think it's 15 shelves, and I have like, I would say probably 30 of something like this. And then I've ripped them out and divided it by colors. So I have white, red, black, orange, yellow, green, blue, browns, pinks, purples. So yeah, I have a ton of paper, and they're all different colors. They're not just plain paper. Different patterns and such. Yeah, Karen, it always looks worse before it gets better, doesn't it, when you're cleaning and organizing? But boy, doesn't it feel good when you're done. Yeah, Renee. Yep, I have gotten halfway through a canvas and I have hated it. You're so right about that. Crafting with Christy has 13 to 14 done. Diamond paintings. So, what do you guys do when you're done with your diamond paintings? That's the next question, because we talked about having diamond paintings. Now what do you do when you're done? I know I framed a bunch of mine. Yeah, I've seen them on your wall, Mrs. Coffee. They look amazing behind you when you do a talk. Just a second. Nose blowing in action. I framed a bunch of them because I first started this art as therapy, and then I jumped into, oh honey, I need this one as a gift and this one as a gift. And then after that, I just lost it, right? And so that's when I went to the portfolio option. Yeah, Cheryl's, that's great. I love gifting them out. Hey, Gwenny. Good to see you. How you feeling today? Some get, Karen says, some get framed, some get put on a bulletin board. Yeah, I was glad to see that Wendy kicked the paint with diamonds to the curb. See, this is supposed to be therapeutic and enjoyable and calming. So if it's not, then I think you just need to put it aside or hide it for a rainy day when you're desperate and you've already done all your diamond paintings. Because it is just not worth the stress of having ugly or popping or holy or whatever. So Christy says she's purchased a couple of A4, A3, and thanks to Donnie, a couple of scrapbook plus refills to place them into. She still has oodles though. Brian's framed a good bit of them and gifted out 4. Carol has given away about half. You know what, Carol? Have you seen my portfolio video? If not, I can pause and show you what I do. You don't have to wait. It's super easy. It takes like 5 minutes to put a diamond painting in my portfolio. I'd be more than happy to show you real quick. I have a small one right here. So this is for my small diamond paintings. This is an 11 by 17. And inside, I don't want to knock my water glass over, so just a second here. That would be no joke sad, but I'm running out of places to put my cup. Woo, okay. So this is an art portfolio. It's an 11 by 17, and then it has these black plastic sheets inside. And what I did is just sticky tack. I used this tacky spray. Spray the back of the canvas. And then I put washi tape around it and have it in here. And then, like, this is my tiger. Now I have noticed, but you have to be okay with it, because this is a thin plastic, it will cause divots in the plastic, but I'm okay with that. It's still pretty. So this is my tiger. And then this is the little snowman guy. And then I have a really large one that fits a 40 by 50. So yeah, how big will the large one hold? It'll hold 40 diamond paintings, and I think 40 by 50 is the largest size. You could probably get away, like, which is the size of this that I'm doing right now. If it were a little bit different dimensions, you could probably get away with a little bit bigger. Oh my goodness, guys, my allergies are crazy. Forgive me. So yeah, and I love it because I can just spray the back, tack it down, use the pretty washi tape, and then I'm done, and it's great for displaying. So now that I know that the plastic picks up the little divots, I'm gonna have to, like, brainstorm how to help that, but so far I'm okay with it. I think it's just because the first one I did. Yeah, Karen, if you, I got mine off of consumercrafts.com, which is a very scary website to go to because a lot of the things are super cheap because they buy stuff in bulk. But I went there and got my big one. It was $30-something, but because I waited till they had a sale and free shipping, which is about once every 3 months, I ended up getting it for like $26. Bye, Cheryl. Thanks for stopping in. Sleep well. So yeah, I love that idea. I got it from Stitcherista. And that's actually, Mrs. Coffee, we were talking last night, and Wendy, about our wonderful friend that will not be named. That's one of the videos that I got ripped a new one on, because I try, every time I get an idea from somebody, I always try to mention the person's name. I post the link and say it's up here in the, the eye, and link the video I got the idea from. And originally I'd gotten the idea from Stitcherista. She did a portfolio. And so then I went to search for the largest portfolio I could afford. And because my suite size is 40 by 50, it works out perfectly. And so I did the video, and I guess that did not agree with our friend. And then from there, I got on her troll list, and instantly, instead of 1 or 2 thumbs down here and there, which, I know you're gonna get, every single video I had 2 to 3 thumbs downs, like instantly overnight. And then my daughter wanted to do a video, this was like 6 months ago, and so she did one about her little doggy, and she was so excited to share it with the world. And then that one, our lovely friend commented on, and that's where I was like, okay, I don't care if you talk to me that way because I'm a big girl and I can handle it. But my daughter checks her video like once a week to see if anyone's commented on it. And you are not doing that to my daughter. And so that's when I took the extra step. So, oh, Christy, that's a great idea. I will check that out after this video. For some reason, I have a mental block with Instagram. I do not know why. People at work laugh at me. They have taught me, I mean, I am not technologically impaired. I mean, my husband works for a computer company. I can figure almost anything out, but sometimes when my mind just goes, ain't figuring that out, it just decides to not figure it out. And I could sit there and do it, but who knows? I mean, I guess, yeah. So, Mrs. Coffee, how's Koi 1 and Koi 2 going at home? You working on it right now? I know you were trying to finish it this weekend. Let's see here. So give me a topic, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to get my tag out and figure out what to say. You guys are kind of quiet tonight. I don't have any trolls in here to make fun of, any diabetic turtles. And my dog's sleeping. There's not much excitement in the Roberts home right now. I will say my daughter made us lunch today. I had woken up late because I was up late with Mrs. Coffee last night. And then after that, I had to, calm myself down from all the laughter and excitement. So I was up till about 3:30. So I stayed up that late because I knew I could sleep in. So I slept in till about 11:30, and I got up and I got myself a bagel and cream cheese. And so I wasn't quite hungry around lunchtime. And all of a sudden, she's like, "It's lunchtime. What are we going to have?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you want?" So she ended up making lunch. Pardon me while I blow my nose. I wonder if I'm allergic to something down here because it just started running. You're hungry now. Well, it was mac and cheese. So you're hungry for a bagel, and then she made mac and cheese. And normally her mac and cheese is great. Okay, she's 11. But oh my gosh, today she must not have been paying attention. She asked if she could watch. I introduced her to the 1995 version with Robin Williams of Jumanji. And she has only watched half of it because we were watching it at the hospital and we were sitting with my husband. And we were streaming it, and their Wi-Fi was horrible. And so today she's like, "While I make lunch, can I watch Jumanji?" And so she borrowed my iPad, and she's in the kitchen cooking away. And then I go to get the mac and cheese. OMG, it was like mashed potatoes. I think she boiled them a little too long. Oh, Carol, thank you for asking. Okay, Wendy, did she come up with that idea too? What do you mean by that? And then Carol, going to bed, Nam. Okay, thanks, Nam. It was good to see you. Yes, so my husband came home Wednesday from the hospital. They thought he was going to be discharged on Thursday, but he was doing so well that I went to work on Wednesday. I had moved all my clients to Wednesday thinking I was taking Thursday off. And they called me And so he was discharged Wednesday. He's doing a lot better. He hasn't had a fever in quite some time. And so yeah, we're hoping for the best. He's supposed to do his hospital follow-up on Wednesday, and then he gets his end of the month blood work done on Thursday, because he sees his specialist in a week, I think. Which is kind of funny because there's a hospital follow-up and then the specialist still wants to see him for his normal appointment. And the hospital follow-up, I think, is with his specialist. I don't know. So he's a big boy. This is the first time he'll go on his own and see what's going on. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Carol. Yeah. Brian, I don't know. When did you leave? What were we talking about? A lot of people were just really quiet, so I was, talking to trying to figure out what to say. Oh, hey, Millie. Good to see you. Welcome. We're pretty low-key right now. I think we're all in a hot or cold flash, depending on what part of the country or world you're in. Glad that you could join us. So Millie, and those who are newer to tonight, we did a quick how many diamond paintings do you currently have in your stash? And so far it's between 2 and 170. So if you did not answer before, we would love to hear how many diamond paintings you have in your stash. And no judgment, we promise. Bye, Cheryl. Thanks so much for stopping in. It's good to see you. Trying to think. Oh, I did an unboxing earlier today. I didn't post it though. I'm probably going to post it on Wednesday in the middle of the week. So it was from a company that is not to be mentioned, but I explained in the unboxing how it came to be that I ordered from them. It was from the 11/11 sale. However, I had lost it somewhere in my house. So I found it, and so I'm like, I need to unbox this. Alright, Millie has 6 and 4 customs. And Marianne has 32. And you just started diamond painting, Marianne? Oh my goodness, you're going to love it. Oh, Mrs. Coffee, if you're still in here, I just want to personally thank you for the cold weather that you've sent this direction. I have my little heater at my feet. I go between like, ouch, it's too hot on my toes, to, oh my gosh, my toes are freezing. I hate socks, guys. Oh, Millie. That is going to be such an awesome memory of your mom. Like, how did you feel as you were doing it? Like, did you feel close to her? Like she was right there? I think I would. I think I would think about the memories I had and just enjoy the process of seeing my loved one coming to life and being a part of that. Yeah, Marianne, it's, hey Randy, glad you could make it. It's addicting, isn't it? It is addicting. Which is why my channel's name is DP Addiction Adventures. Exactly. Crazy, crazy. I'm so glad to hear, Millie. I'm glad that it was a positive experience and that you were able to enjoy that time. I actually really miss, I know, okay, so Millie, this is not being disrespectful to your mother at all, because by no means am I comparing my loss to yours right now, but I'm just reflecting on diamond painting in general, that my husband and I were going through a really rough patch, and so she was staring at you. Oh, was that weird or was that good? That would be kind of weird to me. Like, oh my gosh, Mom is watching every single thing I do. So I better not pick my nose when I'm diamond painting. Oh my goodness. I say that because my mom, when I was growing up, sometimes there would just be something that you, so I was telling you if you didn't, there'd just be some booger that I couldn't get out when I was super young, and she would look over at just the right time and see my finger up my nose and be like, here's a tissue. That's why I made that comment. But my husband and I were going through a rough patch when we first got married, and so when we moved into a house and could have a dog, we fell in love with our little puppy Kaylee, and we named her Kaylee, and her nickname was Kaylee Boo, and she passed away at the age of 12, and it was really hard for all of us because she was truly a family member, and she was like my daughter's best friend. My daughter had grown up with her, and so I got this diamond painting, and it's huge. I did not realize it was going to be this big. I mean, I did, but once it got here, I was like, holy crap. So this was a custom that I had gotten. And it's a 50 by 60 of our little sweet, if you can see that, Kaylee Boo. And so this will be my first in memory of diamond painting. So she's really super sweet. I'll try to get it a little closer. And so this was when she was a puppy. So that's all she wrote on that. So Millie, I'm so glad that you had a positive experience with that. Okay, so Wendy, you're in a drunken stupor. Did I miss something? What did I miss? The portfolio idea. I didn't realize you said that. You had one in 1990. Do I need to give credit to the the troll will give you a thumbs down if you don't. You're in a drunken stupor. Oh, she lived to the ripe age of 91. Oh, what a full life. What a full life. Well, thank you for sharing that, Millie. Wendy, are you enjoying that cherry flavored drink that I just watched you open? Okay, so here's a saying. If you were trolling somebody, what would you say to them? All right, so give me your best troll line. And here, cue the Jeopardy music in the background. Do 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 do. Okay, Creative Man. Trolls got a troll. You do you and forget about it in your best Jersey accent. Troll here often. That is Creative Mayhem's. Troll here often. Love it. All right. Who's next? Who's gonna... I didn't want to get kicked out. Oh, I'll... Carol, you won't get kicked out. Give me your best troll. I feel like every time I hear the word troll, I think of the Three Billy Goats nursery story. I think my goldfish is dead. Michelle. I'm laughing at Mrs. Coffee last night, her live. I mentioned my troll. And he said that he came. Sorry, I'm a little slap happy. Maybe I got into Wendy's drink. So he came in and said something about his turtle having diabetes. And after a couple minutes, he started talking to us in non-troll-like conversation. I think we won him over. But then last night, I said something in Mrs. Coffee's group about trolls having diabetes, turtles having diabetes. And then somebody said something about their three-legged turtle. And we were like, what the heck? Who has a three-legged turtle? Oh. I'm a furry. Is anyone else a furry too? Karen, is that a line that you've received? Oh, dear, dear, dear. But I think of the Three Billy Goats and their Billy Goat gruff. So, I think of the gnomes outside. Yeah. Nobody knows the troubles I feel. Nobody knows my sorrow. Yeah, Karen, wasn't that crazy? So, anyway, I don't know why it just hit me in the right way. I think till my dying day, I will laugh every time I see a turtle. Wendy, you didn't tell us if you're drinking your cherry drink. I can't quite remember the name of it and don't want to embarrass myself by trying. Yeah, Mrs. Close. She says, I think of troll dolls with spiky hair. I'm old, so I don't really understand what the troll purpose is. Yeah, I said that last night, where I was like, I'm a troll. I have bright green spiky hair and a rhinestone belly button. So I tried to have a troll collection. I got one of the larger ones. I think it was like 4 inches tall. And then from time to time I would get them out of those quarter or 50-cent machines or different things. But I was doing it more to be part of the crowd. I wasn't really into them. So I think I ended up with like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, I don't want a rhinestone on my belly button. I'm just glad I can still find my belly button. Oh, goodness, goodness. Crazy, crazy. Wendy, she hasn't opened it yet, but that's only because I'm buried under a pile of pillows and a light pad. So is the light pad helping you be comfortable? I'm trying to imagine this. Is it like your halo? I don't know. when I'm at work, I'm like, I want to drink so bad. And then I get home and I'm like, I really don't want to drink because it'll dehydrate me and I'll get tired and I'll have to go to sleep and I have way too much to do. So in the end, I never drink. So I end up with alcohol in my fridge forever. And then I'm like, is there an expiration date? Laying the way to the bottle so she can find it. Well, I was just imagining this visual of Wendy, like, really buried under pillows, and on top there's just this random light pad. Maybe it's so Brian can find her. I don't know. Can we talk about full drill crystal rhinestones? Don't fall for them. You resorted to granny pants. Oh, so funny. So Carol, have you tried full rhinestone and not received it? I can probably find you. I think one of my videos has a website that does offer full rhinestones, and I absolutely love the website. Or the store. It's off of AliExpress, and oops, I put an X on a Z. That's not gonna work. Yeah, so they offer. You can get any photo on in their store in round or square, or they call it pebble, but it's rhinestone. Depends are very dependable. Yeah, I love the floral ones. I still have one more full rhinestone to do of my kimono dolls. I've only done one of those. Hey Sue, making your morning coffee. All right, we'll wait for you. Kara, you're doing the cottage now. The drills seem to fly all over the place. Oh no, you just spilled. You were still talking about your the floral ones. I thought you were talking about the rhinestone canvas, not your granny panties. Oh goodness. Yeah, so, and I guess they have nice floral depends now. So when I watch Mrs. Coffee's lives and almost pee my pants every time I laugh, I'll be good to go. I'm telling ya. After sitting there for 3 hours, so afraid I was going to miss something important, like a 3-legged turtle, and after drinking like 4 or 5 glasses of water, I really had to go to the bathroom, and she was making me laugh so hard. Yeah, Karen. So, yeah, can you imagine? And don't be shifting your hips any when you're 70. Your hip might go out. And then the 911 ambulance people will come, and you'll be in your floral depends with your 7-hook lovely brassiere holding everything in. Sorry if I'm offending anybody. I'm making fun of myself as I get older. Brian has a llama with diabetes. Like Karen's hips already left the building. Oh, goodness, goodness. Yeah. Well, my hip, I'm in my 30s, guys. Okay, so I don't consider myself old. I'm younger than my husband, and my husband just turned 38 yesterday. But my left hip goes out on me, and it's from an accident that happened a long time ago. And so I'm supposed to go to the chiropractor once a month for maintenance to keep everything in place. Well, my hip doesn't go out of place on the outside, it goes out of place on the inside in the groin area. Need a warning. You guys are funny. So my hip, this might be TMI. So I'll be walking across the room and it's like somebody is stabbing me right where my leg connects to my body. And my leg will like literally go out and I'll almost trip. And it's just extremely painful. But it's like having a groin injury. And right now with my husband being, in the hospital and different things like that, which he's out now. I'm not trying to like, woe is me. But I just haven't had time to get to the chiro in like 2 months. And so I ended up finally going 2 weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, you are totally screwed up. Your neck's out, your shoulders are out, your hips are out. Yeah, so he's like, you now need to come back twice a week for a month, and then you can go once a week for a month, and then you can go back on your maintenance. So I went twice a week, and then I was supposed to go the week my husband was in the hospital, but couldn't because I was on the other side of town at the hospital. And so now it's like every time I move, my left leg wants to go out from under me. And so I totally can relate to the whole hip issue. You have, Wendy has wet her pants in every decade of her life. Yeah, thanks, Karen. It's just something that I've lived with for a while. And my clothes, they call me pee-pee pants. Is that why your clothes smell like candles? Because you have to cover up an issue. Here, let me just, douse myself or spray myself so nobody knows what's really going on. So yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I do know that when I was really sick a couple weeks ago, I would have coughing attacks so bad that I literally would pee my pants. Like I was having to make sure when I started a coughing attack that I would go to the bathroom, because when you cough so hard that you see spots and almost black out, your body is using so much power that I don't care if you have a bladder, I don't know, that's the best bladder ever created, you're gonna have issues. Yeah, got off my meds. I'm definitely coming to your house. And I almost wanted to, I was thinking today as I was watching your video, Wendy, I wanted to like message the woman who will not be named and ask her for her address, and then go on Amazon and order her some pool lights and send them to her. Is that bad of me? Like, would that be considered U.S. Postal trolling? Oh my goodness. Karen, my kids would love to make me laugh and wet myself. Is there a favorite game? Unfortunately, you're good at it. Oh. goodness. There's a drink that Olive Garden makes. It's a green apple sangria, and I'm not a big wine fan. I like the fruity drinks, but oh my gosh. So, because I don't know my alcohols, I looked up online how to make it, and so I knew what wine to get, and then there was, you add pineapple juice to it, and then you have this this flavoring, this green apple flavoring, but I thought it was a type of liqueur. And so I went to like 5 specialty alcohol places in where I live, and every one of them looked at me like I was crazy. And then I figured out that it's not liqueur, it's just like flavor like you would buy for your coffee. And so then I went on Amazon and found it in a snap and ordered it. I felt like, oh, I am the biggest retard in the world because I don't know. Okay, I don't know what owie in the hoo-ha region means. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. Things went downhill a little fast, but it was sure fun going downhill, wasn't it? That's why kids like sledding so much. So I'm kind of bored with this painting. I don't know why. It's so beautiful. When I first started it, I had done all of this part, and I was perfectly happy with it. But I think it's just because I want to get it done, because I have so many other ones I want to jump into. And I also feel like I can't get in a rhythm because the areas I'm in right now, they do have color, like small color blockings, but there is also a lot of confetti. So you don't feel like you've really accomplished anything until you've gone through 18 different colors. Good night, Millie. Thanks for stopping by. Is that my last section? Yeah, like what you see, that's it. So I've got this. I hope I'll probably finish tomorrow, and then I have this little bit, and I'm done. So yeah, all this other part is completely done. So I'm hoping I'll finish tomorrow. Yeah, I'm almost there. Yep. Okay. So Wendy, what did you think of my sending pool lights to a certain somebody? I could take on some donations and we could troll through the U.S. postal system. Troll around the world, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Karen, it's okay. You probably got into Wendy's liqueur she had there. So it's okay. The more relaxed you are, the less you can type. I guess one night I got really into the chat, and I sent so many that YouTube said that I needed a break. So like, maybe you should stop for a minute. What? No way, Wendy. You've got to be kidding. Is she just begging for people to send her gifts? Or hate mail? Oh my goodness. That takes a lot of balls. It really does. Like, that would scare me. I know at the end of the day, people could find me if they really wanted to, but I'm not just going to throw my address out there because there are some real dangerous people out there. Yeah. So some of the stuff we're talking about could make, I'm thinking the diabetic turtle should be one of the questions for my giveaway. So I will give you guys, since you're live, since you're here on a Saturday night, do you want to see a sneak peek of one of the things that's going into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway? Yeah. Oh, hey, Jen. Jennifer. Do you go by Jennifer or Jen or Cross Stitch Wall? What do you prefer? Yeah, my dad has had cancer, has cancer. I don't know. It's a blood cancer, and it is technically in remission, but what it is the white blood cells don't die like they're supposed to. And so you get too many in your system, and then they start attacking good things in your body. And so what they do is they do chemo. There's no cure for it. It's a very slow growing cancer. They believe he had it for about 10 years before they found it. And so then they did chemo for 4 months. And basically they go through like what chemo does, goes in and kills everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And I wish that were true, because all our cancer survivors, bless your hearts, would be the most beautiful people in the world. And you are in your heart. You are the most beautiful people in the world. You're my heroes for having to go through what you go through to stay healthy and to stay with us. But, so yeah, he had chemo for 4 months. He went into remission, but the chemo caused a lot of heart issues, and he has had his heart restarted 4 times. He just had heart surgery. Actually, the night my husband went into the hospital the first time, my mom was in the hospital with my dad for a planned heart surgery. So she and I were texting back and forth, and she was in his room waiting for the surgery, and I was in the emergency room texting back and forth. And so he's fine, he's okay, he's in remission, but it doesn't last forever, because it's not like the cancer's dead. The white blood cells will continue to grow, and in fact, he got bumped out of remission, and we were really worried because his body can't take chemo anymore. And I believe in God, and we were praying, and we just believe the power of prayer was a miracle, because he went back for his checkup, and they're like, your counts are 100,000 below what they were last time, and you're technically in remission, and this shouldn't happen. Well, they've never seen it happen in this cancer ward that he goes to. So, all that to say, you're not going to be in chemo 3 times a week for 8 years, or 2 years, or 3 years. You know, at some point, your body can't handle it. So, it's just a difficult story to believe. Excuse me. Okay, so all that to say, let me see where I'm looking for it. I don't have this planned. This is live. Oh, here we go. Okay, so back when I was custom crazy, there was a image that I found that I absolutely loved. So I contacted the person. They said, sure, go ahead, use it. So I sent it into Huacan, and but I also was working with, I'm going to get it wrong, but that AZXQS whatever store, which is a derivative or a side of Huacan. And so what I did to use multiple coupons and to enjoy the sale is I sent 2 customs to one and 2 customs to the other and used coupons. Well, I don't know if I was drinking something from Wendy's collection or if I was exhausted or slap happy, I don't know. But I sent the same painting to both of them and neglected to send one painting. So instead of having 4 separate paintings, I had 3 paintings plus a duplicate and didn't have the 4th painting. Does that make sense? Okay. Trolls with rhinestone buttons. You know what? What about trolls with rhinestone buttons holding pool lights? So, I decided as one of the gifts, I think I'm going to do, I want to do, don't quote me on this, I want to do a 3 gift package, but I'm not sure. Or I want to do 3 gifts to 3 different people, or I want to do 2 gifts to 2 people. I don't know. But I want to do something somewhat substantial, but I don't have a lot of money either. That's not woe is me. That's just, I just don't have a bunch of money to throw into a gift bag right now. Now, if it takes me 3 months to get to 1,000, then maybe that'll be a different story. So, I'm stalling. I'm sorry. So, all this to say, I have a duplicate. It is from I had opened the Huacan one. So, the non-opened one is the AZQSD, whatever it's called, store. And this is a really cute painting. So, I am going to take you guys on a small little ride because I want you to really see the photo. So forgive me if it's a little bumpy for right now. Ooh. Okay. So, this is what I'm thinking. It says night thinking, daydreaming. What do you guys think of that? Let's see if I can get better lighting here. Night thinking, daydreaming. So that is what I think, well, I know will be one of the giveaways. So let me make sure. I have a delay on my computer, so I want to make sure I get you in the right position. There's my pen collection. Angle, angle. Done. So, I think that's the one I'm going to, well, I know. Sorry, I'm thinking multiple things at once. But that's the one I'm going to give out. But I need to think about what else to include. And it is a square. And it is 50 by 70, guys, or 70 by 50. It is huge. And the colors, it's got 50 colors. So, let's see. Yeah, Randy, it's a custom. I found it on, I think it was on Pinterest. And so it's a drawing, really. It's kind of a sketch / painting style. And so I messaged the person and asked if I could get it done. So you have to include troll pencils with the flyaway hair. Yeah, that would be cute. So I'm thinking of that. I also have some, if you saw my earlier video, I did a random pen, P-E-N, my accent, people. I don't think I have an accent. But I thought about maybe a tape measure, because I really love my tape measure. You know, just something cute, but that we all use. I thought maybe it's kind of a kit that you get everything that you need just like you would get from AliExpress, but then a couple small extra things that make it feel a little bit more like you're getting something. So I thought about, don't quote me on it, but I thought about something like that. I did get a couple PEN pens from AliExpress that are just fun. Or I thought about making one of these that I showed earlier, rose pens out of the duct tape, just as something that's fun that most people don't have. I can do that around a normal, what do you call it? I have no words tonight. So I could do that around one of these, which I have done before. So those are some ideas I have. Ooh, troll diamond painting pen. Yeah. I know, Molly, it's really big. I got ambitious. Basically, I asked them how big I needed to go in order to read the lettering. That's my big thing, is if I'm going to have writing in my picture, I want to be able to read it. And that's how big I needed to go. It's cursive writing. So I have one that I can do, so whoever I send it to, we can be sisters. I also like the fact that, you know, I do Gorgeous Girls as customs, but then now you see them popping up on AliExpress to buy. So I felt like, oh, you know, having Gorgeous Girls, I'm the only one that really has them. But now they're selling on my AliExpress. So it's nice to have this painting, because it's like I'm one of the few people that would ever have that in a diamond painting. Oh, hello, Mrs. Coffee. You missed a lot. You missed, yeah, Wendy's bringing you up to speed. We were talking about floral granny panties. We were talking about Amazoning that person who should not be named pool lights. I was going to send her some as a gift. Let's see, what else do we talk about, gang, that I'm missing? Oh, our favorite troll saying. If we were trolls, what would we say? I just showed the diamond painting that I'll be giving out as my 1,000 subscriber, and then we were just brainstorming. So yeah, all right, so I need to see what you guys said, so give me a moment to catch up. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically my plan. Yeah, Karen, I just wanted to be different, you know. I never thought I'd give anything away, but I thought 1,000 subscribers, that's pretty big. So, and I wasn't going to do 2 diamond paintings of the same thing of a 50 by 70. So, you know what, Molly? I take up that challenge. You know what, though? Mrs. Coffee, you make diamond painting pens. If I find some troll pens on AliExpress and buy them and send them to you, will you make us all troll diamond painting pens? What do you think about that? I totally think it'll be a bestseller. I do. Throw those mermaids out the window. We're going for trolls. Oh. You could be your own Karen. She says we could be our own troll in our own lives. Can you imagine I could go to work and I'd be sitting and doing therapy and using a troll pen and look down at it, burst out laughing, pee my pants, be glad I'm wearing my floral Depends, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys, we are copywriting this right now. That this is our live group tonight. Anybody who is in this live group, this is our idea. Nobody else can take it. So if you are in this live, we will figure out and work on the concept of a troll pen. Thumbs down on that. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Goodness. I love it, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah. Well, it is 12:30 a.m. here. We can troll together, exactly. So I am going to go ahead and close this out because I need to get some sleep. Oh, Wendy came up with the idea last year. Okay, Wendy. Don't get mad at us. We're stealing your idea. Oh, I'm crying, guys. It's crazy. Oh, goodness. You get a thumbs down. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love this. You guys, you came up with phenomenal ideas tonight. This is great. No, it was me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? Everybody is going to want one after we're done. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Is anybody married to a troll? I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, that could be something too we need to be careful of. Wendy says she invented the troll. Okay, Wendy. And I know last time Mrs. Coffee was here, talked about how a troll, if you get its hair wet, its hair pops off. So I wonder if that which we shall not be named when she showers has to take her hair off. Just thinking about that. It is 8 hours. Don't buy them from the Dollar Tree. Non-stick trolls only. Oh, Karen invented the internet. I thought that was, what's his name? Gore. Al Gore. Yes, he's a troll when he doesn't give, Mr. Coffee's a troll when he doesn't get his 8 hours. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Coffee, that you are a troll. Really sorry. Yeah. Well, it's been real, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am going to go get into bed and watch some, I want to say TV, but it'll be on my iPad. And I'm going to jump on AliExpress and try to find some troll pens. So I will keep you guys posted. Alright, until next time, you guys have a great night. Be blessed. People who watch this after the fact are going to think we're absolutely crazy. But who cares, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to have fun. We're here to diamond paint. And look, I got like nothing accomplished. But see you later. Good night, everybody. Take care.